Hi, everybody. So welcome to the agency call today. So I just really wanted to talk to you guys today about this new opportunity or service that we have to offer, our clients. So Family First Life, they're always looking for ways to be, innovative and helpful for when it comes to making sure that we serve the clients the best, right? And by serving clients the best, that means, just putting them in a better situation than they were before, right? Whether that be with insurance or whether it be with, some of the other things that we have available, the prescription plan, the Relia Shield, and then obviously the one that we're going to talk about today is Empowering. I wanted to kind of go over the website and things with you and just kind of introduce it to you guys. This does have a little bit of a cost for you if you did want to participate in it. But we'll go over kind of like the commission schedule of it a little bit and kind of show you how it can be better for you to help with your, clients. Because, from the videos that I've watched, and from the knowledge that we have here from being in families' homes, because we do serve the middle market or middle class families that don't really have the opportunity or access to a lot of the things that we can, help them with. So their financial status, things like that. A lot of people, unfortunately, are really in debt. I mean, I know whenever I first came over here, I was in debt, single mom, for 15 years, just doing paycheck to paycheck and basically making, things work with 3 different jobs, and it can be very tiring just trying to get ahead. So from what I've seen from this, it's kind of giving you the opportunity to make sure that you are, able to possibly reduce debt in a family's home. And the objective is obviously to make sure that you are being very helpful for the client, but also it can help free up money in their house so that they're able to, place money where it's more important, right? Like you don't want to continually be giving money to creditors and debt people and things like that, because you want to make sure that you provide for your family. That's the goal for most of us, right? Is to provide for our families and make sure that we have something to leave them, a legacy, things like that. And that can be difficult if we're in debt because all of our money is going to that, right? So I want to let me switch, share the screen here. Hopefully I can do it correctly. And you guys are going to see all the junk I have, on here. But so what I want to talk to you guys a little bit. So this here, it's called MPowering.com. Okay. So this is a website that, has been put together that kind of just goes over, the things that are available when it comes to the Empowering. It's like a resource center. And it looks like if you wanted to do a free trial of it, you have it here. You can use the code FFL, and we'll get a little bit into that here. So, obviously, if you go to that website, I watched this video here with Sean and Jeremy, and what it does is it kind of just, talks a little bit about the company, the Empowering company, and what they do and how they, help people with debt, right? And if you scroll down here, obviously it says here, save this number. This here is a number. So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go ahead after you talk to a client, you do your financial inventory, you're going to call with the client, this 877 Empower 5 number, and then a live person will get online with the client and kind of go over everything in regards to what is there for them and their options depending on their debt situation. Okay. There is a minimum of debt. I think it was like 7,000 when I looked at it. So, under 7, then they're going to have to kind of figure things out, unfortunately. But anything over 7, I'm pretty sure that this company here is able to help. Okay. So here's an example of how it works. Okay. So the minimum monthly payment, if you're doing 40,000, because that's, I guess, the normal for America, is most families have 40,000. And with that, so the minimal monthly payments before they do this empowering is about 1,200. Okay. If they get into this, empowering America, it kind of shows you here, like what they do is they, I guess, call these creditors and people, and they do kind of like a debt consolidation, right? And I know a lot of people frown on that because they're like, hey, a debt consolidation is going to ruin my credit score. And the good thing about it, there's some videos down further we'll get to that actually kind of go over that. They kind of like let you see what the benefit of, reducing your credit score for a little bit, and or, paying on this debt continuously and just burying yourself. Because usually, even if you have a good credit score, your debt to income ratio, things like that, really have a big play into, what you can qualify for. So, from me taking, finance stuff, I know that, I have been hesitant to do something like this as well because of my credit, but it made such a good point when I was listening to it. What if your credit score drops down a little bit, but then you pay off your debt, then you're like, free, and then it only takes about 3 months to rebuild your credit, and it can go up really quick. Because I know through years of being a single mom and just using my credit cards, that my credit score, it fluctuates, and I try not to get too upset about it anymore, right? Because I'm like, I want to make sure that, one, I'm at least paying my bills every month, and then that I have money for my family. So, but with this kind of system here, it can be very helpful to show families that they do have the potential. Like, for instance, if you look at this after the empowering, this states $700 more, right? So say this was a typical 35-year-old, maybe they had some credit card debt from college, they have kids, things like that. I mean, when you're looking at this, $700, you can get them an insurance policy for 100. They still have, $600 savings that they can, invest in other things. And I don't know, I mean, they could put a down payment towards a house, or if they're, trying to save for something different, they can take that extra 600 and save it until their credit score goes up, put a huge down payment on, and they've like saved and done, like, it makes a lot of sense. Okay. So I really think that this is a good thing, especially for, people in general that don't have access to it or kind of understand it, right? Because you'll get stuff in the mail all the time for this. I mean, I know I do sometimes. So anyways, client unsecured debt. So unsecured is, obviously something like a credit card, or, it's like a intangible thing. It's not tied to, your car. It's not tied to, your house, something that they can actually put a lien on and take, right? It's just like money that's there, right? But you can kind of go through here, and it says, if you want to download the graphic, it's here. So this is kind of where I kind of went into watching a little bit too. Obviously, here we have just a quick way understanding of the opportunity, which I would love for all of you guys to go over. Here is, Grady. He always does such an excellent job when we have new things that are available, and, his interviewing process with, not only his agents, but also, these, partners that we partner up with, or, a carrier rep. Like, he does a great job. And so him and Jeremy do a nice job of kind of getting a little bit more into depth and explaining everything. And then here it kind of shows you, obviously we talk about this all the time when you're in the home, just to build structure and stuff. It talks about the financial inventory sheet. If you go to your financial inventory sheet, I mean, it'll have, ways where you can establish where they have debt, and where you can, kind of help them, right? By just asking them these financial questions. And if anybody has a hard time asking financial questions, or, maneuvering around a financial question, then, you need to kind of, become a little bit more confident in it, because we're dealing with finances. I mean, insurance is in the financial industry. You have to be comfortable asking financial questions, so, just get comfortable doing it, regardless if it's about their income, how much they make, their 401k, their savings, their retirement. And now, getting a little bit deeper into, their credit cards. If you go down to step 2, credit cards, gas cards, department store cards, loans, you got student loans, business loans, medical bills, collection accounts, like something that you haven't paid on, any of these things, because as you see here, these things are, obviously they're unsecured debt, right? Because there's nothing really tied to it, right? So, these are some of the areas where you can identify for the client. Okay. So this here is where I kind of was like, oh, this sounds great. This here is an introduction video, because it kind of shows you what you can be showing the client so that they can have a proper understanding too of what it does. And then obviously the credit score versus the debt. This one's a huge factor in, I would say, showing people how this can be beneficial, because most people are really impacted by their credit score. They just, like this video indicates, would rather pay tons of money in interest and stuff just to make sure that their credit stays high, but yet are they ever really getting ahead? We don't know. I know that it can take a long time. And then it talks about here, you're going to, use that phone number. I mean, obviously, if you do end up getting with the MPowering and it's something that you want to add, definitely, put this in your phone, right? So you can call them. So if you're interested in doing this, okay, what it says here is you can help families turn debt into wealth, and how that is, it's creating that cash flow, taking their savings, not only to afford life insurance, but also just to give them a better, a sense of relief, right? I mean, it can be hard to be strapped to all of these different credit card bills or whatever they have, and then they feel like they're not going to get ahead. If you can show them a way on how they can get ahead, I mean, it can free up a lot for them, not only financially, but also like for their quality of life, right? So this is what it says here. The only 3 things that you're going to need once you do decide that you're going to be able to offer clients this, you're going to get an agent code. You're going to look for clients to be debt free, right? So, obviously not everybody's going to want to do this, but if you can get 3 or 4 a month, it would still help, create more income for you. And I want to get down into that, obviously the phone number here. Okay. So what it shows here is how you can get your agent code. Okay. And on this website, it has the links. It'll take you directly to it. You use the FFL code. It gives you 1 month, I think, of free, MPowering. There's different programs that you can sign up for your agent code, which gives you access to like marketing and stuff like that for this. So, when I was looking at the payout for it, it definitely made a lot of sense, especially if you know a lot of people that are obviously looking for that, right? So here's a complete breakdown on how you are compensated. Okay, so I'm kind of going to click here. Hopefully I'll just bring this right up for you guys. Okay, because I want to show you, because obviously, everybody, we're working to, provide for our families as well, right? So don't mind my voice. I have a little bit of a scratchy throat that I've been dealing with for the last few days. I don't know if you can tell, but I can just start to sense it kind of going out. But anyway, so here it is. It says, get paid to eliminate your client's debt and put money in both of your pockets. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Okay. So obviously we've, this number just keeps popping up. You're going to put it in your phone. You're going to call it. You're going to have a client specialist enroll the client in 1 or more of the following programs. You get paid as soon as the client makes their first payment. Okay, so this is a paid as earned kind of thing. So I don't think you're not gonna see chargebacks and things like that, because it's not gonna be advanced from what I've seen. So if you're there helping a client, obviously hopefully they're going to be making their payments, and you're going to be getting paid for helping them reduce their payments, and there's nothing wrong with that. Here's where I saw, you have to have the 7,000 in unsecured to enroll. in one of the following programs. Okay, so this is how I guess they have, these are different types of programs that are available, and it shows you how you get paid. Okay, so validation, debt relief that follows auditing processes, lenders, creditors, agencies, you would get 5.6% as earned. Assumption, this will assume the client's debt, sorry, on behalf of the client. Once engaged, assumption submits a change term. You guys can read through this. This is 5.6. Arbitration, obviously, that's where there's a financial dispute, trial, things like that. That's going to be a 4%. If they're going to do a settlement, so what that means is that, hey, I owe this amount, I'll pay this amount, and they settle on it. So it's, going to be less. That's about 2% lump sum. And then, if it's any kind of like tax relief or anything like that, then you'll get a $100 payout. Okay. So for instance, if we're looking at the debt validation, you have 40,000 of debt times 4.6%. And this is how much you will get paid. And then it shows you here, based on the terms of the client. So if a client's going to agree to pay that $40,000 off in 12 months on whatever they've settled on, so you're getting it on the total debt, not on the amount that they settle on. Okay, so if you did 12 months, it's 186. If they did 24, it's 93. 36 is 62. 48 is 46. I hope I can say these numbers because these are accurate. This is a as earned program. So you help the family, and it's written right here in black and white on what you're going to get paid. Okay, so that sheet is on there as well. So, obviously there's a lot of additional resources, things that you can kind of do, replicated website, overview presentation. I'm assuming you can do this inside of a home. Obviously you're going to want to read through this website, get acclimated with the process, and then you don't have to do the work. When I listened to the first video with Sean and Jeremy, it was just stating like, hey, just give them a call and listen to what they're saying to the client. I don't know how long a process takes. I don't know if it's going to require you to have a longer time in the home. Those are all things that, obviously we're going to have to figure out as time goes on and you start implementing something like this. But, it's a good way to help, bring in extra income and provide for the family. People are always asking about wills, or, do you know about this, or, things like that. And, these are just ways that you can say, hey, yeah, you know what, I can help you with that. Or, and then you become like a one-stop shop, right? You're not a financial advisor, you're not registered as one. We're just life insurance agents. But if we can help in other areas, similar to like a financial person in their life that they trust and understand, we really can, like it says, empower America, change, make a difference in what's going on in people's financial situation by just giving them knowledge. Okay. It says here, having any further questions, you can call the support line here. So, that's great information. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let me stop sharing. So I'm going to stop sharing here. Okay, and I just hope that you guys kind of see where it is that you guys can add additional value to your families and when you go into their home, or even if you're doing it on the phone or online, Zoom, however you help families, right? You have the ability to add on such great value for them. Okay. And like I said, they might not have access to it, and, just being there for them and offering something and showing them, better opportunities for their finances, it really can actually, I think, save like America. America's in such a deficit that it's ridiculous every time I look at the balance. Because when I'm in Cleveland, they have it on like a billboard, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like it's crazy how much debt we really are in as a country. And little things like this, they really can start to make a difference and help just really change America, whether it be with giving somebody life insurance or helping them with their prescriptions because maybe they were spending too much, or helping them with their identity and monitoring their credit, and then also reducing debt and helping them understand the value of just simply reducing their credit score for just a little bit, just so that they can get ahead and they won't have that huge burden on them, and then free up some money to create more legacy. I mean, it sounds amazing. I mean, I'm didn't really think I was going to be in a finance direction whenever I first started my career path. I really was going to be more of a health person, healthcare, doing nursing and things like that. And my direction of life didn't go that way. I ended up here, and finances for me, I feel like I'm doing a service for them by being able to help just create more of like, instead of like helping when their sicknesses, their financial sicknesses. Like, we all spend money, we all know that if we're feeling bad or something, sometimes we like go out and shop, like it's just a normal thing. And just the more aware and the more conscious people are, and the more they understand and have access to resources like this, I think it will make a big difference. So I hope this helped a little bit. If you guys have any questions, reach out to me. If this is something that you're interested in adding on and implementing, and learning how to do a little bit more of it, we can have like a one-on-one call. I'm learning it myself, so I'm definitely not an expert in it, but I always like to learn new things, and like I said, be able to help the best I can. So I hope this helps everybody, and take care. Have a great day. Let me stop this.